Hey everybody, Denise Mazzola here with Geo. We are back on our Monday live in just a minute because I have to share this. How can I do that? Hold on, everybody. Did not discuss whether this let people get on here. Here we go.
Share this.
Oh, that's not what I want to do.
How can I do that?
Hang on, everyone. I'm not good at multitasking. All right. Back, here we go. Okay, and I'm back. All right, so today's topic is going to be brief. If you've been following us, you know that on this Wednesday, March 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are starting our free dog aggression masterclass. So if you have not registered for that, you'll need to. If you can't be live on the webinars, don't worry, because there will be replays, which you will be able to watch at your leisure. They will be posted, but in order to have access to those replays, you must register. We also have a pop-up Facebook group that's a private group just for people that have opted into the free dog aggression live masterclass training, and we will be in there a lot over the next couple of weeks. So here is the link for the dog aggression masterclass. I'm going to post that before I forget. And so Amy and I have been reading the posts that are on the private pop-up group, as well as there's a lot of you in the Help for You and Your Dog Aggression. So if you're in that Help for You and Your Dog Aggression Facebook page, that's kind of an ongoing specialty page that we have. But if you want to be a part of the free dog aggression live webinar, you need to register and then go to the pop-up group. So the pop-up group is just during this, it's just for a period of time and then it goes away. But the free dog aggression masterclass will be live streamed to that pop-up group. So for some reason you can't see it on Zoom, you can then see it on the pop-up Facebook group. So we've been looking at both those places. We've been looking at comments that come in on people are introducing themselves on the pop-up group and on the Help for You and Your Dog's Aggression Facebook page. And what the common theme right now that I'm seeing, I just wanted to address real quick, is that, listen guys, aggression has many layers. And in many of my lives, I've talked about those layers. During the free masterclass, free dog aggression masterclass, we'll be talking more about the many different layers of dog aggression. And what do I mean when I say that? So you could have, a dog that is biting and doing very little damage, like there's spit on your skin, or maybe the other dog has a little spit. So the bite is very inhibited, meaning the dog is not using a lot of pressure, okay? So, that's good. If you're going to have a dog that's biting, not using a lot of pressure is always better than doing a serious amount of damage. It matters. That's one layer that we're going to sort of dissect. Another layer or component to aggression is the size of the dog. If you have a Chihuahua, and I think there's some on the pop-up group that have mentioned a Chihuahua, that's aggressive or growling or biting, fairly easy to manage. I'm sure it's somewhat stressful. I'm sure it's annoying to you, and that's not what you really wanted, but a Chihuahua is pick them up, put them on a leash, hey, Nick, hey, Linda. It's very easy to manage that situation. Okay. But hey, Sandy, but you get a 90-pound whatever dog, a mix of a dog or a purebred dog that is growling and snarling and biting. That's a whole nother layer, right? So the size of the dog matters. The amount of pressure the dog is using when the dog bites matters a lot because that's the bite inhibition. And then you can have layers within a category of dog aggression. So let's take resource guarding, because there's quite a few folks that are sort of struggling with resource guarding. And I've talked about this before, so for some of you, it may be a repeat. You can have a dog, here are like the polar opposites of resource guarding. You can have a dog like Geo, doesn't guard anything, nothing. Regardless, I always make a switch with him. Then you could have a dog that just guards a food dish, right? Which when I worked at the Humane Society, we used to go nuts over dogs that would guard, oh my God, the dog is guarding the food dish. And one of the reasons we went nuts is because we're not ever really sure, is the dog going to guard other things, or is it going to be strictly limited to the food dish? And that's really hard to suss out in a rescue situation or in a Humane Society situation. So, but let's just say this dog is guarding the food dish. Then the polar opposite, way over here, is generalized resource guarding. And that's a dog that will guard anything, things they steal, space. So you can have dogs that guard just items that are in their mouth. You can have dogs that guard space, beds, couches, wherever they're sleeping, right? You can have dogs that guard their crates. You can have dogs that, there was a woman that posted, I'm sorry, I can't remember which page she posted, and it was either in the pop-up or in the Help for Your Dog. Her dog was off leash. She was out in the woods, and he started to dig in the ground, and he started lunging at her and growling at her, and he was resource guarding the hole because there was probably a rodent smell or some critter that he really wanted, and that's ultimately what he was guarding, not just the hole, but what it represented. And she was, I think, pretty surprised by that. So within resource guarding itself, there are so many layers of what a dog can guard. I'm working with a dog that guards basically anything the dog perceives as edible. Okay, so that doesn't seem too bad, except for the plant. When the dog is licking the dirt in the plant, you cannot remove him. He's very serious about his guarding, and he's very young. This dog also, hey, Mary. This dog also got in the shower and started licking a bar of soap. Family reaches in, tries to get him out. Heck no, not having any part of it. The dog is a serious resource guarder. So there are so many layers to the big category of dog aggression. And then within the category of dog aggression, like right now I'm just talking about resource guarding. There are so many layers to resource guarding, okay, that it's really tricky. And dogs that are resource guarding are not alpha. They are not dominant. They are nervous, anxious, insecure dogs, which is why they have to guard. Geo here is a confident dog. He's internally solid. He's a confident dog. He's a mellow dog. He's a low arousal dog. He doesn't guard anything, okay? Nor does it be any other issues of aggression or anything. So, all right. So then let's say you have a reactive dog that's reactive to other dogs on a walk, right? Even within that category of we call it aggression, depending on the dog's intention, can be difficult, right? So our dog, Big Mama Jubilee, who is a recovering reactive, Amy has worked for years with her. It's an ongoing process. It will never stop to get her reactivity under control. And it is. She can sit on the steps in the house and dogs can enter the house and she's no longer reacting to that. We can drive her around in a car, and as long as we're in the car, she can be in the back seat or the front seat or whatever, and she does not react any longer when she sees dogs on the sidewalk. But she did, all these places she did, which is some of the layers of aggression, right? She reacted in the house, she reacted in the car, she reacted at walks, you name it, she reacted, okay? And now she's not so much anymore. It's still hard. So I'm just going to talk about Jubilee because it's easier for me to get to her layers. Small yappy dogs are still very difficult for her. And any dog that's going to give her a lot of eye contact is going to be very difficult for her. And any of you with a reactive dog, you're probably going to find that as well, because eye contact is threatening. So we don't want a lot of eye contact. Gee, you're kind of looking in the wrong place. Let me put this up here. So within that category of reactivities, there are a lot of layers there as well. If you have a dog that doesn't like people, okay, so the first two layers I talked about was the amount of damage your dog's doing and the size. Those two categories follow every other category around. Okay, so if you have a little Chihuahua that's reactive on leash to other dogs, people are probably going to laugh at you because it looks so ridiculous. And I understand it's annoying to you, but that's not as serious as the Great Dane, the Yellow Lab, the 80-pound dog that's reacting on leash to other dogs. Okay. So people aggression. If you have a dog that is aggressive to people, maybe you've stopped having family and friends over. Many of you have written to me that you're no longer having grandchildren over. Whether you don't feel safe having them over, or whether your adult children don't feel safe having their grandkids around your dog. For one, can I just say that breaks my heart for you. I mean, if you have a dog that is preventing you from having your family, especially grandchildren over, we need to talk. Like that just breaks my heart. We bring dogs into our lives to enrich our lives so that they can sit on a silly chair next to me and talk to you guys. So I can do nose work. So I can, when I'm sick, lay on the couch and Gio can crawl up by my feet. So that, when my kids come home and my kids are all adults, he's happy to see everybody. Hey, Patricia, good to see you. I see that there's a bunch of you on here. If you guys would just say hello or give a thumbs up, I would love to see who else has joined us. Some of you like to lurk in the background, and that's okay. Sometimes I'm a lurker, but I'd love to see who's joining us. So, all right. So if you have a dog that is dog that's aggressive to people he or she does not know, and there are several of you, if not many, and I just know that there's many of you that have written to me that you can't have your grandchildren over. Some of you can't go away because you don't know where you're going to, where your dog can possibly go and be safe while you're away trying to have a vacation or visit friends. And I'm just going to say it again, that breaks my heart because you guys all bring dogs into your life. Whether you've purchased or rescued, it's irrelevant. It's all the same goal, that we bring a dog into our life to enrich our lives, right? And I can't think of a better personality dog than Gio to enrich my life. Like, he checked all the boxes. I don't have to reconcile anything with him, right? And I got lucky. I really did, because I wasn't looking for a dog. So the layers of people aggression are, people aggression to people else, not you. Like, there are dogs that are aggressive to their owners. Believe me, that's a whole thing, and that's bad enough. But you're not going to sue yourself. So if your dog is aggressive to other people, and has any kind of a bite history, there's always a potential for a lawsuit. We're in a litigious society. It's just part of the deal. But but you've got some layers there too. First of all, there's the same two, the damage the dog is doing, the size of the dog. Those are always there. And then we have, is your dog barking and lunging and running away? Like, oh my God, get me out of here, get me out of here. Or is your dog like, okay, you're entering my house, like, I'm going to take you down. And some of you can successfully put your dogs in another room, in a bedroom or in a crate. Sometimes you can station them in a car. We can do that. We're in the Northeast. It's pretty cool right now. That's not a problem. A couple of months, that's going to be a problem. But so again, I sorry. I'm just getting stuck on the fact that you can't have your friends over, your grandchildren over, and that you can't go on vacation. Like that is an enormous stress on your life. That is not why you bring a dog into your house. Amy and I are talking about trying to get away for a few days very early in April. And so we're kind of said, like, what's our criteria? What are we looking for? And, we both agree that we would like to go someplace where we can bring the dogs and we don't have to get a dog sitter. Now, we can get a dog sitter. So we'll look for an Airbnb that takes dogs. We've done Airbnb before with our dogs, so we have good reviews. But there's a lot of you on both pages on the help for you and your dog, and that are in our pop-up group getting ready for our free masterclass that cannot have people over, and you can't go away either, because you're not sure how you're ever going to get your dog to be safe, or to have people be safe around your dog. So that's a big one. Dogs that are running away from other people, that's better than running at people. But here's one of the, I think, most challenging layers if you have a dog that is aggressive towards people he doesn't know. It's the other people. And I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands, of people with people aggressive dogs, and the hardest part is, like, I get it. Okay, I get it. I can't, like, Gio's aggressive. You can't pat him. You can't touch him. Okay, I can, but all of you can't. So what happens when I take my people aggressive dog out for a walk? I still want to take him for a walk. He's on a gentle leader. I have control of his head. I'm walking down the road. And what do people say? Can I pat your dog? And I'll say, no, thanks. He's not friendly. And they'll say, that's okay. I like dogs. Or they'll say, that's okay, I have dogs. Or my favorite, that's okay because I have dogs at home. And that's all irrelevant. The fact is, your dog doesn't like them. But I'm telling you, people cannot process that information. And it is super tricky to have a dog that's aggressive to people that are outside your family. So, again, some of you I know are registered for the free dog aggression masterclass. I posted the link in the comment section and would love to see you there. We're going to talk about it's basically 3 1-hour sessions, 4 1-hour sessions. The 4th hour is kind of a recap, but that's just going to be the tip of the iceberg, you guys, the tip of the iceberg. Dog aggression is so complicated, and it's not just about the dog. It's about us. It's about you, because you have the dog. When I tell people what I do, I'm like, I'm a people trainer and I'm a dog trainer, because at the end of every leash of every dog is a human being. And I train people almost more than I train dogs, right? Training people is a lot harder than training dogs. But so we're talking about the layers of aggression with your dogs, but then there's layers that you guys have and that you're going through and you're trying to reconcile and deal with and get it all together. So it's Devon, right? You had the critter incident. Yes, thank you for jumping on here. And Devon, I think you're in the pop-up group, but if you're not, you should be. I'm going to I'll probably do a little live over in the pop-up group when I'm done with this one, but I want to give the pop-up folks something different. So I've been weirdly emotional about it, I think because it was towards me. So now I've lost my trust in him with my own safety, which makes me so sad. I, at least prior to it, felt like I was safe. Yeah, Devon, that's a very difficult situation you're in. For the crittering incident, I think I haven't been on yet this morning. I'm sorry. We've been just doing some other things this morning. But what I did say in the comments last night was let him drag a leash in the woods, at least 10 feet. I wouldn't go for 6 feet. I would go for 10 feet, given that he was lunging at you the way he was. and then you can pick up the end of the leash and just take them away from whatever it is. And if you have to, you can, I don't have a leash here, but you can slide your hand down the leash and just hold it up over the dog's head, and then he won't be able to get you. I think once you're away from whatever it is, again, I don't remember all the particulars about your dog, but I think once you get away from whatever it is, he'll probably calm down a little bit. So, yeah, so it's very challenging. And this free dog aggression masterclass is going to hopefully start you on your journey of helping your dog and helping yourself. It's complicated. So everybody's journey is different. And I'll just say again that Amy and our dog, Big Mama Jubilee, she's a American Bulldog Pity Mix, wicked reactive to other dogs, spinning, twirling, yodeling, standing on the hind legs. Like it was obnoxious, and it was embarrassing, and it wasn't fun for Amy to walk her. And it was a real emotional struggle until she kind of wrapped her brain around some of the things that she needed to change in order to get Jubilee better. And now we call her a recovering active, and she can come on vacations with us, and she can travel with us. We always do it, with our eye to, will Jubilee be safe and not reactive in the situation? Okay, layers. So many layers to dog aggression, to the individual types of aggression, layers to you guys and what you go through when you're trying to cope with a dog with dog aggression. And if you want to go deeper with all of these this topic and a whole bunch of other topics, dog body language, so you can start to anticipate, oh, my dog has that look. Let's sort of define that look. Body language is going to be great. That's in the free dog aggression masterclass as well. Okay, you guys. So say hi if you're just jumping on. I see some people are kind of moving on and off here. Hey, Georgette. That starts on Wednesday, March 11th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a lot of information. I suggest you have a pad of paper and a pencil or a pen. Take some notes. They will be recorded, so you can also sit back and relax and digest what you can, and then you can re-watch it. But you must be registered. Okay, you've got to be registered. That gives you access to the pop-up Facebook group, and that will give you access to the lobby page where all the replays will be as well. All right, you guys, have a great week. And I look forward to seeing all of you Wednesday, March 11th, 7 p.m. in the free dog aggression masterclass. Right. Signing off. See you later.